With 2.2 now being updated to 2.206, now Geometry Dash runs on 64-bit, which means the game is gonna be much more optimized, which then again means that people are gonna go even crazier with the editor of Geometry Dash now that a lot of limits have been pushed. The things have been, the optimizations have been improved by a lot, and as a result, we're gonna expect to see a lot of incredible art and also a lot of incredible effects that we have never seen before. However, that does not only come with a good side, that also comes with a somewhat of a bad side, which is why I want to discuss this today so we don't really get there. So the issue is basically regarding art tracing and art pieces being sued by other companies. Just like we saw with Astral Divinity, it is a level that Nobleboy made, and he had previously used a name that apparently was taken from a different game, which basically led to that game copywriting Nobleboy and Robtob for using their game name or their art in Geometry Dash, and the level had to be completely renamed. And now we're looking at issues similar to that, because now we have 2.2, a lot more things and a lot more possibilities have opened, and you can do stuff that you could never do in 2.1. And I've seen a lot of people talk to me about this, of how Robtob should basically like kind of a lot of people gave like examples of how Robtob maybe should review all of the levels or maybe limit the features that we have, because otherwise it's going to lead to a lot of issues for him, a lot of legal issues. But this is something that is not an issue from Robtob's side, because once you open Geometry Dash, you have to agree for the privacy policy and also the terms of service, in which it clearly states that any communications such as levels, images, sounds, basically anything that can be submitted, uploaded, or any of this stuff, which includes levels, you affirm, represent, and warrant that such transmission or submission is accurate and not confidential or misleading, be not in violation of any law. And this is the point that we're gonna go over today. Copyright issues have been a big major problem, especially in here in the Geometry Dash side, and when it comes to content creation and level creation in general, it gets really difficult to monetize some of this stuff, because a lot of the music that gets used in Geometry Dash, especially for the main levels, are all copyrighted songs, so we cannot use those songs without any like some background, someone talking or like remixing the song or anything similar like that. Which is why, by the way, it is really awesome to have NCS. All of his music is 100% copyright free, so we can use it without any copyright issues. However, things like art cannot be taken into the same category as music, because music is usually used in levels and then recorded by content creators and uploaded by them on YouTube. And then the copyright issues basically are between the creator and YouTube. It does not have anything to do with Geometry Dash itself. However, when it comes to tracing art and copyright regarding art, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult, because there's no longer a middleman like YouTube. The company is basically gonna go straight to that person or to Robtob, claiming that somebody has stolen the art, just like they did with Nobleboy. And when it comes to copyright infringement, the law provides a range from $200 to $150,000 for each work infringed. So that is a massive number that could be potentially faced if we do not be careful with the art that we use and if we do not take this very seriously. However, what's bothering me personally is not that we are not gonna get careful when it comes to tracing art and stuff like that, but that's still, we should definitely be careful and not, you know, take some art from somewhere on Google or something and, you know, trace it in Geometry Dash. This could lead to a lot of issues. I have actually done something similar back in 2020 or something like that, where there was a icon contest contest and I basically wanted to enter. And I already had an idea in my mind of how my icon is going to be. It was a ball, and I also made an icon and also I believe I also made a swing, but I'm not too sure. However, I already had an idea for the ball, and it was basically going to be one of those impossible shapes, right? My idea was basically have something like this one, you see this one, but a little bit more dynamic, you know? So I had an idea similar to that, so I googled ball 3D impossible. I can't really remember exactly what I googled, but it was something like that, and I found, I think, something similar to this, maybe shapes like that. However, one problem though was that this ball was actually owned, this design was owned by somebody who had this up on Google, and they basically charged like $100 or something for it. So this ball got eliminated from the contest. But honestly, now looking at it, I'm actually really happy that it didn't make it, because it would have probably caused a lot of issues for Ruptop and Viprint and stuff like that. And at that time, I apologize to everyone right there. So yeah, you can see how I just completely took something from Google. But yeah, things can go that way as well. So yeah, this is a mistake that I made back in, can't really exactly remember when that was, maybe like 3 or 4 years ago now. But this mistake, I want you guys to learn from it. Not only me, I want you guys to learn from it as well. Do not just trace things off of Google, because sometimes you think maybe of a dragon or something like that, and you just type in dragon, and then you maybe start tracing that into Geometry Dash, and that could be really dangerous, especially if your level gets featured. I don't know, this is something to be debated on, but I don't think if your level doesn't get rated, it's an issue. But I think if it lands in the featured tab, it could be problematic for Ruptop. So I'm not sure on this specific issue in here, but I would personally still check everything that you trace and stuff like that. But again, what really bothers me specifically is what Ruptop has planned for 2.3. He has talked about this feature like countless times, and he said that he's wanting to add this ability for creators to trace art, not trace, to have their own art included into 2.2. So you can basically import images into the editor. So you can maybe make an image, like let's say you want to have a dragon, and you have the head, you have the body, the legs, and the arms as well. So you draw these individually in Photoshop, and then you can import them in Geometry Dash as one single object. And that sounds like a lot of fun. Sounds like it could open up pretty much unlimited possibilities for the creators, so they can express their views on how they want the boss to look in the exact way. They don't have to be limited. And also the optimizations is going to be excellent, because it's just one single block as opposed to having to recreate that using the 2.2 objects. But again, it's a good thing, so there's gotta be a negative side to it as well, which is that people can steal art and people can do the exact same thing, but now it's like much easier. Not now, but in 2.3. But you guys get the idea, which is why Ruptop said that any level that's going to use the custom art is going to have to get reviewed by moderators, by elders, or I'm not too sure who exactly, but every level that uses art is going to be basically reviewed to see if the art is okay or not. However, maybe here or there an art can just slip through and get on the servers, which may or may not be a copyrighted art, which could lead to massive amounts of legal fines, which is something that nobody really wants. Which is why I personally think that Ruptop should put a little bit more thought into that whole idea, because again, it is a really cool idea. But yeah, when it comes down to it, we don't really know. Like, the consequences are way too high for us to even attempt. So yeah, maybe there's like an AI that you can plug in your image and see if it's seen somewhere. I'm pretty sure there's something similar to that. It doesn't really have to be an AI. It's like an image searcher on the whole Google, but still people can play around with the image, and then maybe you won't be able to find it, and then the company can get like really mad. I don't really know, but I would love to hear what you guys think about this whole topic. I think it's a very interesting topic to talk about, and yeah, overall I honestly wish the best for Geometry Dash, because it feels like everything that Ruptop is wanting to add, it just gives the creators more freedom, and it just tries to basically make creators bring their imaginations into the editor, which is fascinating, honestly. So yeah, how did I die there, bro? How did I die there? Okay. Anyways, that has been it for this video. Make sure to, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Also like and subscribe if you want to. You have to actually. And also enable the bell icon right now, or else I'm gonna hit you with a legal... No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm a cool boy, my dudes. Okay, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next